we go. Just gotta up my volume a little bit. Holy shit. Fun calling with the auto host.
Groovalicious.
Alright. We're gonna stop the music. So the stream tonight is basically just going to be the dialogue from all the characters in Tokyo. Start with Wikipedia here. Here we go.
Before you stands one charged by Amaterasu and blessed by Gaia. Ginpachi Park's bequeathed, leather-clad environmental vigilante, put in the pomp in Papador, Ricky Pagan. But I wasn't always. Once upon a time, I was young Ryuichi Sagawa. I believed in three things: Elvis, environmental activism, and Batman. Then I found rockabilly. Then I started grooving on the edges of this secret world. The rockabillys and me, we'd strut our stuff on Sunday afternoons. Then we'd reconvene after dark for the real work. Non-violently resisting the encroachment, the urbanization, the growth of the monsters of the corporate id. Orochi took notice. Orochi summoned the buzz. They came to clean us out of the park. So we went underground. Down deep, baby. Ginpachi Park is Ricky Pagan's line in the sand. The enemy shall not cross. This is the last spot of soul in this worm food city. Ricky Pagan shall protect every shrub, every blade of grass. This has been Ricky Pagan's mission from way back. I remember the day. Earth Mama, she was a-screaming. I saw a vision of Amaterasu, beehive hairdo bouncing as she crawled out of the sakura trees. That's the day I became Ricky Pagan. Ricky Pagan gathered his crew, a new gang, to spread Western bomb, protect the park, and preach rockabilly resistance in the shadow of the Orochi Tower. Rockabilly for rifle.
Rockabilly.
The city's hurting, man. There's bleeding vital mojo everywhere. The city's infected. The bomb pushed it all over the edge. Boom, 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 that awful sound. How did the bomb get here? Ricky Pagan has his theories. Ricky Pagan suspects purple treachery. Ricky Pagan's crew is not the only gang strutting their stuff in Tokyo. 3 more gangs remain. The samurai, the demons, and the gangsters. Ricky Pagan can't quite say he trusts them all, but Ricky Pagan will ride alongside anyone who fights the filth. Their reasons are their own. Ricky Pagan became aware of the hidden world of Mojo sometime way back. There's an extra dimension. We're all just spirits doing time in the flesh, and that time is limited. So, what say you and I waste no time and get to some fleshy business? It happened in the 1950s. We were all still ash and radioactive angst. The West still occupied us. And then, out of the ash came rockabilly. Artists like Masaki Hirao, Kijiro Yamashita, and Mickey Curtis gave us life. music, fast-paced, sexually charged. It brought the walking dead youth back to life, broke off our shackles of heritage. The old ways brought devastation. New ways were needed. And so the original rockabilly gangs formed. The stars that burn twice as bright, baby. Well, they burn twice as fast. The authorities shut it all down. Rockabilly went dormant. But it woke up again. I found it in the 90s. I took up the call. I gathered the pagans. Once again, we rise from the ashes. We the people can die, but the spirit endures. Rockabilly for life!
Rockabilly for life. That's great. Alright. Who's next? This person, probably. Oh, wow. She has a lot of dialogue. Holy crap.
I oversee the Love Hotel. Come rain, come tsunami, come the falling sky. I facilitate and mediate for all manner of clients. When you are a guest, I am the answer to all of your questions. Your desires are of more importance than any further details regarding me, yes? I would much rather hear all about you. You are persistent. My parents never spoke of it. I was never aware I was different until the other children noticed that day on the beach. Boys and girls can be cruel. I went into the water. I let the waves take me out. I woke up, washed ashore. They told me my father had swam out to find me. He never returned. I suppose I'm still looking for that serenity I found when the water carried me away. I came to Tokyo as a teenager. All the lights. At night, it was like having fallen into the sky. I worked odd jobs in love hotels. I found value in making myself indispensable. I performed my tasks. I exceeded expectations. I kept unobtrusive. That is when I learned to interact with a wide variety of people, to anticipate the needs of strangers and the strange. These days, I do not venture outside during the day. Sometimes I slip out at night to gaze upon the water and the reflected starlight. These nights, I carry a gun with me. This is my place of work. My job title is all-encompassing. I follow the old lesson to be indispensable. The Love Hotel is a key base of operations for my employers of the Purple Flag. It is an access point to Tokyo, both to its over- and underworld. Once a day, I take my weapon and sweep the building. My favorite room would have to be the captain's quarters. I wear the key at all times. I learned long ago to cater to odd company, to deal and disarm the regulars and rough rabble. My world has expanded since then. My clientele has become stranger, but really, not all that much stranger. Love hotels have always been a world of secrets. All of my life, acceptance was elusive. My employers accept my ability. They judge me solely on what I can accomplish. I do not have to satisfy any strict societal role. I must only succeed. I have heard stories of New Carthage, the floating city, the city of dreams. If I continue to satisfy my superiors, if I overcome my fear of the water, the Phoenicians will take me there someday. Imagine the floating Eden, away from all prejudice, where one will be valued for one's merits and not what lies beneath one's clothes. I will go there someday. They had some passing business with my employer. That is concluded. I do not know. I do not want to know. I had a brief stint with the Fear Nothing Foundation as a teenager. They helped me take steps in overcoming my fear of the water. I cannot dip my toes just yet, but I learned to cultivate a respect for all things oceanic, one step at a time. I left Fear Nothing. People saying they want to set you free should not work so hard at possessing you. They look for youth with certain vulnerabilities. I was not as vulnerable as they suspected. I know little of them. I do know they have had conflict with my employer. Venice strives to perpetuate a villainous reputation for the Phoenicians. Some of that may be true, but I believe you've had recent occasion to see that the Council's noble facade is not without blemish, and their organization not without treachery. He was a guest here for a time. I think he took a fancy to me. Now he's something less and something more. I thought Ricky was different, but in the end, when he saw me, the real me, he turned away like all the rest.
Alright, that's all of Karu's dialogue. So you got Ricky Pagan, Karu. I guess we can go... Let's go Tank Commander and then Gozen. My favorite billboard in the game. Have you seen my job? He's like in the tank somewhere.
It all used to be so simple. My father was a German military man, my mother a Polish housewife. I was raised to be a practical man. I am a simple man. I believed only what I could run over or obliterate. Give me a road to patrol or a building to destroy, and I get the job done every time. I had faith in my task and my gear. No more. They transferred me recently from Cologne, Germany. I've come here where nothing makes sense. The world turned against me. My gear turned against me. My tank turned against me. I have lost my religion. In this place. Have I lost my mind too? My commander said as much this morning. But what does he know? He might not even exist. This is not a tank driver city. The streets are crowded, narrow. The enemy is everywhere and nowhere. No amount of training could prepare me for this mad maze. I was a foreigner, out of my element the moment I set foot here. One minute I was rolling through the downtown core. Then, a searing pain. Brain boiled under a laser. The instruments, oh, they lit up in ways I have never seen. My baby, my tank, she went insane. She stopped responding. There is no exit in this maze. The buzzing voice does not stop. Then another voice came. The black signal. The two voices, oh, they do not like one another. The enemy gets into everything. Everything. We never saw them coming. Not even my gunner, Edward. I used to envy his sharp eyes. On the first day, the enemy took us unaware. On the third day, Edward tore out his eyes. He smiled. He said he could see the enemy now. He said they were so beautiful. I detest asking questions. The recruiter liked that about me. He liked it an awful lot.
Alright, tank commander's done. Let's go diner.
Child of chaos, we are not so very different. I returned to this city following a vision from my heart. You come here following the tempest in yours. My name is Gozen. I am me. I have the honor of leading the Jingu clan, as did my ancestors stretching back to Queen Himiko herself. There was Tokiwa Gozen, Shizuku Gozen, Tsuchida Gozen, Tomoe Gozen, and others. Before the explosion, I received a vision, a warning to mobilize the Jingu clan. And so, with much urgency and little haste, I came down from the mountain.
Oh crap, that made a lore pop up.
The explosion. It was more than a bomb. It was a defilement. The city is so wounded. It is a festering sore, oozing with demons, with yokai. Those who survive find themselves in Yomi on Earth. For the few that remain, there is no civilization, save for what we hide away in our hearts or carve with our blades. When this began, I told them all that we were defending ashes and embers from the hungry maw of the final days, and any man or woman among us could leave the city. I would think no less of them. They all stayed. Every last one. We are the Jingu. We are the remains of the samurai in a less civilized time. We hold to the teachings of Shinto. We believe in the kami. We believe in the quiet dignity of honor and responsibility. But when the time comes, we clang like a terrible bell. We are the song that reminds demons to tremble. We believe fault is what others assign you, and responsibility is what you assign yourself, and we assign ourselves much. We fight to hold what territory we have, to keep it from the loathsome grasp of those who would profit from the misery and chaos. The two remaining gangs, the House in Exile, and the Korinto Kai. Demons? You wish my counsel on demons? There are no good demons! Not even dead demons! Even their corpses offend the earth. In Tokyo, there are 9 clans of Oni. And oh, this must be a misery time for them, with the skulls and the screams and the ashen shadows stretched out on the subway walls. How they must dance! 9 Oni clans, and then there is the House in Exile. They are demons, shunned by demons, unwelcome even in the many hells. They are led by the degenerate spirit in Beda. He holds loathsome court in the bathhouse. Imbeda profits off the disarray, and now he looks to the outside world. I hear he is currently wooing the Illuminati.
Okay, so Kurentakai's next. I just want to check something real quick. I've never done Shambhala, but in case it pops, it would be fun to do it in first person.
They are what remains of the criminal underworld, these occulted gangsters. Yakuza normally at least pretend at honor, at showing a public face. But these Korinto Kai strut in the shadows. They call themselves Ninkyo Dantai, a chivalrous organization. But they are Boryokudan. They are Bakuto, vice peddlers. They took control of gambling in Tokyo in the 1920s. But they went beyond. They found more, always more. Their connections to the occult gave them an edge against their rivals. They are led by Daimon Kyota. He is a little better than the Oni demons. And perhaps he is even more dangerous in his own way. He knows things he should not know. He has the audacity of a man who suddenly walks on air simply because he knows it breaks an important law. He is a walking obscenity, and there is something behind his eyes. I find this term strange. There is no secret world. There is no normal world. There is only the world. They move like a centipede, 100 feet flailing in 100 directions. It is not an easy path, but perhaps someone must walk it. Their way is not my way, but I respect the dragon. However, I wish they would court better allies than creatures like Daimon Kyota. They do not know him. They are not prepared for what he is capable of. The world will always need demon slayers, but demon slayers do not always need the world. I sought refuge in high places, a place of great beauty and great stillness. Apart from weekend training retreats, where the clan shared a facility with the Fear Nothing Foundation, I was alone. Then, dark demons cry, Gaia. Do you know this phrase? It came to me in a dream, and I knew I must return to the city. Dark demons cry, Gaia. Each word a prophecy, and each prophecy a thread which trails into the unknown. The dark has come to Tokyo. So have the demons. A cry has been heard, and the Jingu clan are returning. And Gaia, well, you know who you represent.
Huh. Oops. Not of inventory. Space.
Critical empowerment results.
Alright, so we've done dialogue for Ricky, for Cairo, for Tank Commander, for Gozen. We have Diamond and in beta. I think in beta has dialogue. Oh wait, there's someone else in here that has dialogue. Hold on. Let's not forget them.
Of chaos. We are not so
Just because they don't have an icon doesn't mean they don't have dialogue.
to the city following a vision from my heart. You come here following a tempest in yours.
Aha!
Atashi? やってんのよ。ちょっぴりね。なんで寄ってるかですって思い出したくもないモンスターに家族食べられたのよ。ベタベタのイカみたいな腕で無理やり掴んで、それから頭をちぎって、そしてモンスターは息子の服を着てたわ。飲み直さなくちゃ。もう少しだけ。何もかもめちゃくちゃよ。街も世界もまるで街が入っちゃったみたい。何十年も溜め込みすぎたのよ。悪い秘密や悪行や隠された死体に廃棄物、毒素、単純。もう耐えきれなくなっちゃったのね。それで最悪の汚れとなって吐き出されたのよ。ここは良いところよ。 安全で家みたいに落ち着く場所、ずっと前からこの惨事が起こる前からこの場所が好きだったの。常連なのよ。ここを切り盛り女性はね、とっても親切で、それから恐ろしい人なの。台風のような恐ろしさであなたを守ってくれる。あなたを傷つけるひどい存在に対しては恐ろしいの。まるで、そう、彼女が私たちを守ってくれるわ。私が怖いのはここのお酒が切れちゃうこと。飲めなくなっちゃったら思い出してしまう。考えてしまう。
Alright, we got all of that. Let's see.
Child of chaos, we are not so very different. I returned to this city following a vision from my heart. You come here following the tempest in yours.
See, I don't remember if in beta has dialogue or not, but we'll check. He does indeed. Look around real quick for other dialogue people. Alright, we'll do in beta.
You have the great fortune to speak to His Corpulence in Beda, Master of the House in Exile. My master invites you to consider his puissant battle prowess, available to those who can afford it. And I am the wondrous mask of Kanami, imbued with the spirit of Kanami, founder of the No Theatre. I command nearly all known languages and quite a few that time forgot. Down the centuries, this mask has known many owners, but my wise master says that is all you need to know about me.
That made a lore pop up. There we go.
Though he would be loath to admit it to his former brethren, Inbeda has found exile most profitable. Death is truly the province of you. Sacks of rotting flesh clinging to calcium deposits. Colourful language. And it just makes more sense to be where the market is at. Survival, opportunism, and business sense come quite naturally to my master's mind. When life gives him lemons, why, he squeezes the acidic juices upon the flayed flesh of his enemies. Cast out, Inbeda forged a new house with his fellow exiled demons on Earth. Here in Tokyo, they are able to undercut the rates of the Hell dimensions. They are truly indispensable to the city's underworld. We boast a most impressive success rate on debt collection, the pre-war and post-war corporate boom brought even more prosperity. Imbadar became something of an urban legend, a great, truly a magnificent creature. Once, Imbadar was of the House of Jade Fangs. As the Edo period drew to a close in Japan, and with it the mortals' reliance upon the supernatural, the Oni suffered their bitterest infighting. Undermined from within his own house, Imbadar was sold off. My master does not wish me to divulge so much of his past. Suffice to say, the rest is history. If I were to make a word-for-word translation of my master's outburst, your bowels would boil and the walls would bleed. Instead, let me just say that Imbadar would be happy to string every member of the Jingu clan on a single length of barbed wire in the mouth and out the anus to form a crude human centipede, which he would use as a mount. The samurai and the Oni, they do not get along. They are a hidden branch of the Yakuza, occulted gangsters and gambling masters. Their leader, Daimon Kyoto, has an almost demoniacal way of thinking. My master respects this, but Daimon cannot win, as he is merely human, even if he sometimes seems it. My apologies, but that is all we have to say on the matter. Imbadar the powerful, Imbadar the flatulent. Apologies, master, I misheard. Imbadar the powerful, Imbadar the fearsome, is well aware of the invasion of his demonic siblings upon this earth. Imbadar has no intention of allowing them to run unchecked in the city and spoil his monopoly on demonic enforcement. On this, his and your species' goals align. While my master's mercenary sensibilities mandate that he conduct himself in a businesslike manner, he will allow himself great pleasure in thwarting his kin. His vendetta stretches back 300 years, you see. My master has made exhaustive study of the reality television of the United States, and concludes that there is no longer any separation between hell and earth. All is homogeneous. Imbadar has known dragons, actual dragons. He knows enough to be wary of those mortals who would take after them.
He's seeing the Jersey Shore is hell on earth. Okay, so Diamond Kyoto's next, I believe. Oh shit. Here we go. Here's Diamond. There's a lot of dialogue in Tokyo.
I roll in the wake of black cats. I see the tilt in the game, and I keep rolling. Though this be madness, yet there is method in it. Brevity is the soul of a smartass.
That made a lore pop up.
The bomb changed everything. Chaos, opportunity. This town's hotter than a hophead Zippo. Scary, yeah? But it blew away the city's arthritis. The ladder is shattered, and I've got designs to strut up the coils of the dragon. I'm going to take Tokyo, because it's the most unlikely thing. I am going to take my crew to the next level. And while I'm at it, I just might throat punch the apocalypse. Oh, I'd fold and weep under all the pressure if I didn't enjoy it so much. The pachinko machine chimed in on the coming mayhem. It said to let the purple people eaters into the harbor with that nasty box. My skull is a graveyard of guilts and shallow graves. But it's all part of the plan. Each of us is a losing hand in Ochukabu. 893, we're Yakuza in the shade. Skip us back a few centuries, and we started out as Bakuto. We ran the gambling, the numbers, the bleeding, screaming chants. Luck be a lady who shivs you in the shower. In the 1920s, my great-grandfather learned some new tricks in New York and brought them back to Tokyo. We rattled the bones. We sold giggle water and coffin varnish to ossified sailors. Everyone was on the trolley. Those were the swinging nights. The lights, the shadows, the contrast. We out Gatsby. I remember those nights like... Huh? What?
Hmm?
Imagine the Oni, demons, born in one of the 1,000 hells. They bob for babies in boiling oil. They'll slide your intestines between their toes just for the sensation. Now, imagine what kind of demon you'd have to be to get kicked out of hell. Still, they're handy droppers when you need a problem fixed and sent to the Swordbusters. The clan of cancelled stamps and blue noses. They like looking down at us. We like looking up their skirts. Sanctimony is the only vice I don't peddle. The swingingest wang doodle brawl this side of the big sleep. It's the kitten's ankles. That's why I brought the Korinto Kai to the party. I'm a walk-in leading a crew of crashers. But we're making friends. The occult is our new fix, man. We're token up, chasing the dragon. Who hustles the hustlers? Even agents of chaos can go rigid. They need a shake-up. I'm the shaker. They're going to like what I've got waiting in the wings. It's going to hurt so good. The world has other acts. The curtain rises and falls and rises. Way I hear it, we're in the third act. No, was it the fourth? The game board gets wiped. Do over! Sometimes the tech and the toys slip on through to the next game. The pachinko machine was not always a pachinko machine, but it always was. It's not feng shui. It's not old men eating fortune cookies and shitting diarrhea wisdom. No. It's not white folk mimicking spiritual depth in the New Age book aisle. It's ripping your face off, leaping through a plate glass window because it turns the opposition skills green. It's knowing exactly how many teeth, fingers, and toes you have to lose to get exactly what you want. And then, anteing up. It's elemental audacity. The end of days is here. That's it for the race. Unless we win. But we are not going to just barely pull through. We are going to massacre them. We are going to decimate the dark spots. Why? Because it is the least likely outcome. Because it is impossible. Because we have no business doing it. You go too far, and reality snaps like a rubber band. Then we're flying. Whee! Woo! Our laughter will shred the dark days. That is the only sensible way to face oblivion, Jack. If the world dusts out, my gapped grin is the last thing they will see. It's the fool's prerogative. It's why we taint our honor with irreverence. In the mad days, respect is going to get the world dead. Doing the impossible is a rudeness to reality. So, I practice the sacred obscenities.
Best character in the game. Alright, so this is done, this is done, this is done, this is done. This is done, this is done. I don't even know if this one has dialogue, but we'll go to Jake Hama next.
Local bounty detected. Initiating.
I think this guy speaks Japanese. So I'll probably turn off the overlay so you can read the subtitles.
人は俺のことをラブホテル探偵と呼ぶ。まあ別に皆がみんなそう呼ぶわけじゃないが、それが俺の通り名だ。それに依頼主だって俺のことをそう呼んでいる。俺が本名を名乗るまでの話だが、今はジェイクと呼ばれている。ハマ・ジェイク。横浜ってのが本名だが、短い方がしっくりくる。まあ法律上は短い方を使わなくちゃいけないのさ。国際企業の株主を装って銀行から借り入れをしたときはひどく貧縮を買ったな。そのせいでクビになっちまった。ありゃあ間違いなく俺の人生で最高の出来事だな。この仕事のおかげで俺は俺でいられる。以前はみんな負け犬を見るような目で俺を見ていた。だが今はどうだ。どこからどう見ても探偵だ。真実にたどり着くためなら何だってやるぜ。まあ限りなく真実に近いものもありだな。本当のところ金さえ積まれれば嘘だって構わない。なんだっていい。金さえ手に入ればな。俺はこの町が好きだ。ここには人がたくさんいる。つまり仕事のチャンスがたくさん眠ってるってことだ。例えばだ、人が3人集まりゃ、そのうちの1人は残りの2人のことを知りたがるもんよ。何をしているのか、金を払ってでもな。階段町は東京の中でも特殊な場所だ。人が想像できるありとあらゆるものがここにはある。まるで街中の夢や悪夢が凝縮されて全て飛び散ったみたいにな。 それと忘れちゃいけねえ。セックスもだ。階段町にはそういうのが溢れている。この町なら隔離されてもそんなに悪くないかもな。俺と田中さんは古い付き合いだ。もうすぐ1年になる。俺たちの初めての出会いはラブホテルの近くでの取引だった。当初田中さんはそんなに俺に期待していなかったようだ。だが任務を遂行する中で俺に光るものがあったのを田中さんは見逃さなかった。俺は今田中さんの秘密任務についている。行方不明になった田中さんの娘の捜索任務だ。彼女は恐怖救済センターに捕まってしまった。田中さんの依頼は秘密裏に彼女を見つけ出し、秘密裏に彼女を送り届けること。田中さんは俺の慎重さとプロ根性に一目置いている。俺の撮った写真は決して田中さんの奥さんには渡さない。約束は絶対だ。俺がお互いに尊重し合う中で生まれた信頼関係だ。最初の壁を作った時、これであれは防げると奴らは思ったんだろう。だがそれは広がっていった。次に作ったのはずっと小さな壁だった。階段町の主要な出入り口を全て封じるためのな。それはまだ広がり続けている。隔離壁なんてとっくに越えてな。もしも見たけりゃ深夜に来てみるといい。壁の外で感染しちまったやつもみんなこの階段に放り込まれる。だからこの町には新入りがどんどんやってくるんだ。俺たちは補充されている。それが起こった時、俺はここにはいなかった。二日酔いでな。上野公園で眠りこけてた。それから仕事に取り掛かろうとしたら軍隊に捕まって尋問に連れて行かれた。田中さんと知り合いだったのは本当にラッキーだった。何が起こっていたのか政府は全く把握していなかった。あれはただの爆弾なんかじゃなかった。人が狂っていくんだ。ガスでもない。窒息死なんかよりもっとひどい。殺し合いだ。1995年のサリン事件の時、俺はここにいた。今回のはあれよりずっとひどい。俺が地下鉄に乗らないのには理由がある。あの場所に流れ着いた子供たちを俺はたくさん見てきた。安い酒やタバコを欲しがって深夜に通りをふらふらとほっつき歩いているようなタイプの子供たちだ。いわゆる模範的な子供だ。子供たちの内部に影響を与えるんだ。子供たちを変えるために説教臭くなるやつもいれば、なんというか無口になっちまうやつもいる。爆弾が落ちた日以来、あいつらの姿を見てねえんだ。無事だといいけどな。
Alright, that's all his dialogue. He had a fair bit as well. One of the few that's in Japanese. Let's see. So that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. I guess young, probably. I still need to check if this has dialogue. Oh, this one, Yuichi has dialogue. She's gotta have dialogue, right? That's weird because it doesn't have a person symbol for some stupid reason. think this one has to have dialogue. But why can't I jump through this? Oh, Yuichi doesn't have dialogue. That's sad. Okay. Just missions. I know Young has dialogue for sure.
Special assignment received. Initializing. Local bounty detected. Initiating.
Oh shit. They can't attack you when you're near one of these guys that gives out missions. They'll run away. Whew, that was close. Oh, he's got a fair bit of dialogue as well.
My biography would not command a high word count. I have not lived very long. Not in real time. In dream time, however, I have lived a vastly more... well, that is a subject too complex to explain to you in this venue. I could squeeze it directly into your mind, but it would hurt, and that is not polite. I was born. My intelligence and psychic abilities were noticed soon after I was born. The capacity to move objects, project images, sift through the thoughts of others. I cannot imagine I was easy to care for in that larval stage, thinking only larval thoughts. What is more primordial than an infant? What is closer to the waters of our amphibian ancestry? What is further from morality? I vaguely remember the faces of my caretakers. The turnover rate was frightfully high. I was enrolled in Orochi's Rising Star program. Never mind my real name. That's locked away in their vaults and mainframes. They called me Subject 28. Later, they called me Hyung, for my propensity in quoting the famous psychologist.
That's weird. The subtitle has more text than the audio.
Since the explosion, I have had trouble sensing anything outside Kaidan. The static disruption is significant, and perhaps malevolent. The world is not secret to me. All of your minds scream so loudly. I see everyone around me hiding behind glass. Everything is transparent. A rather terrible aquarium, and I keep looking. Their minds are highly conditioned. All of the defining sharp angles and edges worn down to a bovine dullness. Their mindscapes look just like those of the morning light, only a different season. The Orochi controlled the specialized school system, their Rising Star program. Their hubris was so obnoxious. as was being taught by people whose intelligence was several orders of magnitude below mine. To be constantly surrounded by such people. I do my best to be patient and polite. Like right now, for example. I could detect an erratic collection of thoughts. Hippity-hoppity thoughts. They hopped around so fast. It was as if they were in many places at once. They are very nasty thoughts. And very, very fast, even for the speed of thought. The signal is cutting off its own patterns, shedding what's left of its identity, so that it can become something else. I'm not surprised I was left behind. I am certainly not bitter. My gifts allow me to protect myself and this playground. It is mine now. All of the past humiliations here are just echoes. They are nothing. Loneliness is just craving for something containing naught but empty calories.
Alright. I think the only other person that would have dialogue on this map is this one here, and I'm not sure that has dialogue, but we will check.
Additional assignment received. Initializing.
You will die back, or we shall be forced to cancel your life.
Friend detected.
Nope, Security 5 does in fact not have dialogue options. So unless I'm forgetting somebody, there's no other blips on the map. I'm pretty sure that's all the people you can talk to.
Take all necessary precautions.
I think that's all the dialogue. Pretty nice, pretty nice.
How you doing, man?
Well, I didn't quite, So I still have a fair bit to do in this zone, but I'll probably do that Monday. Just didn't quite finish my my margarita pitcher, but pretty close, pretty close. I like to do these streams like on the weekends, where I go through the zone that I just did. I finished the storyline, the blue storyline. I finished the blue storyline for this zone. But I still need to finish a fair number of missions. One here, a couple here, a couple here, one here. These are done. I'm not sure about Jake. I think I finished Jake's, but I gotta double check. Actually, let's see. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missions. 5 main missions, 2 investigation missions. So 7 missions total. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4 side missions. Which I believe those are all in the main missions. So it's really 7 missions. I have 7 missions left in the zone. I'll probably finish those Monday. Like, honestly, I'd be surprised if I don't finish those Monday or Tuesday. And then we'll be on to South Africa. First person playthrough is probably gonna be finished next week, maybe? Maybe the week after, tops. It's crazy. Crazy. I really like this view here. So alright guys, thanks for hanging out with me and listening to the dialogue in Kaiden. That's all this stream was. Just me drinking and listening to the dialogue. But it's really cool stuff, and there's little tidbits in there. If you know the story or are interested in the story, there's little tidbits to sort of point at different parts of the story, give you little insights. Such as Diamond Kyoto saying he let the bomb into Tokyo, as well as the purple people eaters. Purple people eaters in the harbor, you can actually visually see in the mission from Ricky Pagan. I think it's like Follow the Wake Darkly or something like that. What is it called? It's through the Wake Darkly. Sorry, not Follow. Through the Wake Darkly. Through the Wake Darkly at the end has a cinematic where something in the harbor that you see a tentacle of like picks up a filth monster and like takes them under the ocean to assumably consume them. So there's that. So you know the reason that that's there is Diamond Kyoto let it into the harbor somehow. Whatever it is, and he let the bomb in. He let the filth bomb stuff happen because it was going to open up opportunities. That's something that you actually find out a little more about back in TSW in the Secret World. Because the manufactory dungeons that were there that are not yet in Secret Legends have cinematics with Diamond Kyoto explaining more about his involvement in what happened in Tokyo. But even without those cinematics, that dialogue, if you bother to listen to it or go read it, is a hint, a clue. It tells you he was involved. It's just in the sense that he, if nothing else, let it happen. But anyways, guys, I think I'll end the stream here. I don't really want to do any missions or anything right now. I'll pick those up on Monday. And hopefully I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out. See ya!